Assalamualaikum and a very good day to the respected panel. My name is Noshaira Azli binti Azmi from UiTM Shah and I am pleased to present my research title investigating the relationship between burnout level and academic performance among student athletes at UiTM Shah Alam. This research was conducted under the guidance of my supervisor, Dr. Azlina. So, definitions of burnout and key components. Burnout is a psychological state that consists of three main components: emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and reduced personal achievement, as defined by Pine and Marshall in 1978. Emotional exhaustion refers to feeling drained and overwhelmed. Depersonalization is a sense of detachment or cynicism toward responsibilities, and reduced personal achievement occur when individuals feel less capable and effective in their role. In the context of student athletes, burnout is often the result of balancing intense academic pressure and rigorous training demands. According to Gustafsson et al. 2008, these challenges can cause mental and physical fatigue, making it difficult for student athletes to perform optimally in both areas. Next, impact of burnout on student athlete. Now, why is burnout a concern? Research by Stark Colleague Maynan and Sinha 2014 show that burnout leads to increased stress, reduced motivation, and poor mental health. This means that student athletes experiencing burnout are more likely to feel overwhelmed, disengaged from their study, and mentally exhausted, which can ultimately impact their academic performance and athletic performance alike. This highlights the importance of recognizing and addressing burnout early to ensure student athletes can manage their dual responsibility effectively. Now let's take a closer look at the relationship between burnout and academic performance, specifically among UiTM Shah Alam student athletes. First, burnout and academic performance correlation. Study by Gustafsson et al. 2017 and Radicki and Smith 2001 highlight that high levels of burnout are linked to lower academic achievement. This means that when student athletes experience prolonged exhaustion, mental distance, or cognitive impairment, their ability to focus, retain information, and perform well academically is compromised. The increased physical and mental fatigue from training schedule and academic responsibilities further worsen this issue. And then next, burnout among Malaysian student athlete UiTM case study. A study conducted at UiTM by Panabas et al. 2020 found that many student athletes struggle with balancing academic and sport, leading to academic failure. This highlights the pressing need for effective support systems to help them manage their commitment more efficiently. Beyond academic, burnout has long-term effects on student athletes, including mental health, deterioration, loss of focus, and future career setbacks, as suggested by Meeting in all 2023. This means that burnout doesn't just impact academic success in the short term, it can also affect their overall well-being and future career prospects. So next we move to the problem statement. Problem 1 highlight that burnout, which include emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and reduced personal accomplishment, is becoming more prevalent among student athletes. This is due to the increasing demand of balancing rigorous training schedule with academic responsibilities. And then problem 2 emphasizes the long-term effect of burnout on both academic performance and mental health. Prolonged stress can lead to lower motivation, cognitive fatigue, and psychological distress, which may impact their future success. Recognizing this issue is crucial to developing effective strategies that help student athletes manage burnout and maintaining their well-being. So next, I will talk about research question and research objective. So research question. The study is driven by two main research questions. The first one, what is the burnout level among student athletes at UiTM Shah Alam? This question aims to assess the extent to which student athletes experience burnout and its key dimensions such as exhaustion, mental distance, and cognitive or emotional impairment. Second, what is the relationship between burnout burnout and academic performance. Here we seek to determine whether burnout negatively affects student academic success and whether factors like resilience or coping mechanism play a role in mitigating its impact. And then next, research objective is to address this question. The study has two main objectives. First one, to identify the burnout level among student athletes at UiTM Shah Alam. This involves measuring burnout using standardized assessment tools to understand its prevalence. Second, to investigate the relationship between burnout and academic performance. This helps us explore whether high burnout level correlate with lower academic achievement or if student athletes are able to maintain their performance despite stress. And next, I will discuss the research methodology used to achieve this objective. So this slide presents key findings from previous study on burnout in student athletes, focusing on four main dimensions: exhaustion, cognitive impairment, mental distance, and emotional exhaustion. So the first one, exhaustion. According to Koch and Tully 2015, student athletes often experience physical exhaustion due to intense training regimens and competition. This exhaustion is further worsened by academic stress and performance expectation, making it difficult for them to recover both mentally and physically. Second, cognitive impairment. Research by Gustav von Kenta and Hasman 2011 found that burnout significantly affects cognitive function, particularly due to emotional and physical exhaustion. This can lead to difficulty concentrating, poor decision-making, and reduced academic performance, making it harder for student athletes to balance their dual commitment. And then the third one is Lonsdale and Hoche 2011 explained that student athletes who struggle to psychologically detach from sport and academics during their free time are more likely to experience burnout and poor well-being. This lack of mental recovery prevent them from effectively managing stress, which can negatively impact both their performance and mental health. And last one, emotional impairment. Lastly, Watson and Kissinger 2007 highlight that burnout can lead to emotional distress, manifesting as anxiety, sadness, and tension. These symptoms are often intensified by the constant demand of sport and academic, further affecting motivation and overall mental well-being. This slide highlights the relationship between burnout level and academic performance in student athletes, focusing on how physical and mental fatigue impact their study. So the first point, according to Radicki and Smith 2001, burnout lead to decreased focus and motivation, making it harder for student athletes to balance both academic and sport commitment. This lack of focus can negatively impact their academic success. Second point, with limited study time and increased fatigue from training schedule, student athletes often struggle with lower grades and academic challenges. Balancing practice and coursework become a significant hurdle. And the last point, Sokila et al. 2017 found that student athletes face additional pressure from sport commitment, making them more vulnerable to academic decline. The constant demand to perform in both areas can lead to mental exhaustion and poor academic performance. The methodology used to examine burnout level and academic performance among student athletes at UiTM Shah Alam. Sampling. We selected 31 UiTM Shah Alam student athletes from the track and field category to ensure focus and relevant data collection. Instrumentation. Burnout level were measured using the Marshall Burnout Inventory Student Survey, while academic performance was assessed through GPA and self-reported academic success. Data collection. A standardized Likert scale questionnaire was used to measure key burnout dimensions: exhaustion, mental distance, cognitive impairment, and emotional impairment. Data analysis, descriptive analysis. We use mean and standard deviation to identify burnout level among the participants. And the last one, Pearson correlation. SPSS software was used to analyze the analysis between burnout and academic performance, helping us determine if higher burnout level lead to lower academic success. This slide presents findings for our first research objective, identifying burnout level among student athletes at UiTM Shah Alam. Based on the table, exhaustion had the highest mean at 3.06, indicating that student athletes experienced significant physical and mental fatigue. Cognitive impairment followed with a mean of 2.94, showing that burnout affect their ability to focus and process information. Mental distance recorded a mean of 2.72, suggesting that some athletes feel detached from their academic and sport responsibility. Emotional impairment had the lowest mean at 2.03, implying that while emotional distress is present, it is less severe compared to other burnout dimensions. The finding for our second research objective, investigating the relationship between burnout level and academic performance among student athletes at UiTM Shah Alam. The Pearson correlation between burnout level and academic performance is negative 0.086, indicating a very weak negative relationship. The significant value is 0.645, which is above 0.05, meaning the relationship is not statistically significant. This suggests that burnout levels do not have a direct impact on academic performance in this study, possibly due to student athletes developing coping mechanisms to maintain their grades. So based on research objective 1, exhaustion has the highest mean score, 3.06, indicating that it is the most prevalent burnout symptom among student athletes. High level of exhaustion can significantly impact academic performance as student athletes must balance rigorous training schedule with academic responsibility, leading to physical and mental fatigue by Gerber et al. 2018. And the emotional impairment exhibit the lowest mean score, 2.03, indicating that while student athletes experience emotional distress, its impact is relatively less pronounced compared to other burnout dimensions. Research suggests that student athletes often develop psychological resilience and adaptive coping strategy that enable them to manage emotional stress more effectively than their non-athlete counterpart. And then for our research objective 2, it has weak negative correlation. Peer correlation between burnout level and academic performance is negative 0.086 and significant value is 0.645. Burnout does not have a statistically significant impact on academic performance among UiTM Shah Alam student athletes. And a student athlete may develop coping mechanisms such as time management, motivation, and external support to maintain academic success despite burnout, based on researcher Gerber et al. 2018 and Shofley 2017. Prolonged burnout can lead to emotional exhaustion and reduced academic engagement, based on Milligan and Curran 2020. So, for the conclusion, the study's sample size and specific setting at UiTM Shah Alam may have influenced the finding. Burnout effect may be more pronounced in different environments or with a larger sample size based on Maslow and later 2016. While burnout is strongly interrelated across its dimensions, social, mental distance, cognitive, and emotional impairment, it does not directly lower academic performance in this study. However, continued academic and psychological support is crucial to help student athletes effectively manage stress and sustain long-term well-being. Therefore, further research is needed to explore this relationship in different settings with implementing structured academic and psychological support to help student athletes effectively manage burnout and maintain long-term well-being. And that is all from me. Thank you.